Oh, hi, everyone, and welcome to Weekly Patronage. I'm your DM for this show. That's right, I'm just calling myself the Dungeon Master of the show, Lauren. I'm here to go through some patron challenges. You know, like that thing over there says. That little event that just popped up over here. Yeah, that's me. I'm doing the thing. Hi, chat. How's everyone doing this fine Monday? We're here having some fun. We're going to do things a little differently today. I mean, we're still going to do patron challenges. Don't get me wrong. It's weekly patronage. That's what we do. We patronize the patrons. But normally, what we try to do is go through these patron challenges as quickly as possible. You know, get 3 different adventuring parties together, go do a whole bunch of free plays, get all these challenges all done. We're still going to do that. Don't get me wrong, still gonna do that. However, I am adding a new little twist, at least onto the first of the patron challenge adventuring parties we're gonna put together. We're actually gonna do an adventure variant instead of just a free play. That's right. We're gonna make things even harder. Our suboptimal formations are gonna be even more ridiculous. And hi, Garwar, welcome. Thanks for the raid. Also, thank you, Cassius335, for subscribing. Enjoy your emotes, which I totally failed to put correctly into the chat the first time. Anyway, hi, Garwar, and welcome, raiders, and welcome to Weekly Patronage. We're going to be getting our vote going pretty quickly this first show because of the fact that it might take us a little longer to get that first patron challenge team set up because we're going to do an adventure variant, which is going to come with all sorts of other restrictions. So, our wonderful moderator, Mars, who is in chat right now, is ready to go with our first poll. Also, Mars is going to be grabbing questions from chat because eventually I'm going to be putting a formation together in this wonderful game of ours and probably not looking at the chat very much. So Mars is going to be grabbing those questions and putting those into a little backstage chat so that I don't miss them. But for the moment, go ahead and vote. We are going to be, as I said, not just putting this first party together to deal with whatever patron you all pick, but we'll be going after a patron variant, an adventure variant. So we're gonna keep things a little faster, a little more interesting today. Anyway, hi chat, how you doing? Yes, shout out to Mars. Always give love to your moderators. While that's getting picked, I would like to remind everybody that tonight is episode something. I've forgotten what episode it is, but tonight is another episode of A Familiar Quest, which returns. And if you didn't pick up Colonel Pest last week, I mean, first off, how could you not? Look at that scarf. But if you did not pick up Colonel Pest from A Familiar Quest, well, then this week you have another opportunity to pick up Squiddle, who is now out in the game as of now. Now. Not then, not when, but now. That's right. You can have a gnome squiddling in your formation, clicking on things, making people happy. Yeah, in fact, I believe, because that's why it might have taken me an extra moment or two to get the game going, because I need to make sure that the update happened. And yay! I'll be picking up Squiddle a little later, because, you know, I have to collect all the familiars. They all must be mine. So yeah, definitely go check that out. There's still probably about another minute to vote on patron stuff. And once again, we're going to be doing an adventure variant today. Probably something in Icewind Dale, but, you know, we'll look around. We'll see what's out there. I will also take suggestions once we know what patron we're going to do. First question already in from Garwar. who had that wonderful raid, Garwar asks Lauren, are you going to look for that space soda and see if it tastes like marshmallows? Absolutely. I don't know if I'll find it because, those weird sodas / foods / specialty items, those are sometimes hard to find depending on what region of the world you're in and what stores you have. For those of you who don't know, I am a fan of trying out all of the weird foods that are out there. For Thanksgiving, I got the candy corn that was the turkey dinner flavored. That was an experience. Recently, I found some of the weird flavored Peeps at our grocery store. There was the donut chop coffee Peep, and the sour watermelon Peeps, which were amazing for different reasons, not always good ones. And then Garwar was showing me on social media this space flavored marshmallow soda stuff that I have to try, but first I gotta find it. So yeah, if anyone has any line on any, especially the Peeps, I know I've only got a couple weeks till Easter comes, and then Easter is when all of the Easter candy goes away. And Easter candy is my favorite part of Easter. It's my favorite part of my birthday. My birthday's in a couple days, and everyone always gives me Easter candy, and I'm okay with it. Especially if it's the weird stuff. Okay. Malcaver. Lauren, yeah, I saw how you murdered that innocent, defenseless Peep. Murdered is a strong word. Defended myself in the most aggressive way possible. That is how I would characterize it. By putting it into the microwave and nuking it because they grow huge. If you've never put a marshmallow, but a Peep specifically, in the microwave, first off, watch it because they do get big. And you don't want to mess up your microwave because it's sticky. But definitely do it. Put it on a plate, stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds. It's the best. I do not condone or endorse that action at all. But I did it, and it was fun. I put it on my Twitter. Anyway, it looks like Zariel wins, which is good, as Zariel is one of the patrons that I am trying to unlock a lot of the perks for. I'm still working on these. So that is the reason that today I'm not just going to be doing some free plays to try to get these challenges done. I'm specifically going to go for an adventure variant, because free plays are a great way to get these weekly challenges done. They're a great way to kind of blow through all of them, especially if you've got all 4 patrons. However, if you want to get these perks, which are, so juicy. If you want to get these perks done, then you have to do some of the variants. You have to do some of the harder stuff that's in the game. And then you get all this fun stuff that you can spend. And because I've been working on upping my trials game, Zariel is one of the people that I've wanted to unlock more of these perks for, because look at this. These global perks work all the time, and it'd be nice to have more champion damage. I mean, I'm getting up into some of the really high levels, and it's getting hard. It's getting super hard. So, while if you've got any questions in chat, go ahead and put those in chat with question in big capital letters so Mars can grab those. But I think we're going to start with Zariel. Let's take a look at the challenges, and then we'll take a look at some adventure variants. We'll try to meld the two, and we'll see what happens. So, beasts reset. So this is a variant or free play with Black Viper as their total damage dealer, which my Black Viper is pretty well geared, so this is not unobtainable on an adventure variant. With a tanking champion, undead constructs, and then these 3. This one probably isn't gonna happen, mostly because my Torgar and my Sasaspia are not amazingly geared, so this is probably gonna have to happen in an actual free play. But as far as a adventure variant, I might be able to Black Viper and do this. Constructs and undead, I think we'll probably want to do some Rime of the Frost Maiden stuff, because that's a place that I also have a bunch of variants that I haven't finished yet. So let's go take a trip, shall we? Let's complete this. I just had the Cursed Farmer going. I was just hanging out with all my Heroes of the Plains friends, and Desmond, who's, you know, a new Heroes of the Plains friend, because snack pack, always snack pack. And let's see. Let's get this incredibly hard fun going. So we're gonna go to Icewind Dale. We've got Zariel active. All these are not just where I can find free plays, but specifically where I can find adventure variants that I've not completed with Zariel yet. Now I've done some other stuff with Zariel. You can kind of see here I'm getting most of the Baldur's Gate stuff done. I'm kind of behind on Waterdeep Dragon Heist, but I've got a bunch of stuff done kind of all over the place. So let's just pick one. Let's see. I probably want to do something closer to the beginning. All right, yeah, let's do one of these two. So we've got, so not only with adventure variants do you have the patron restriction, which for Zariel is strength of 10 or higher and charisma of 13 or higher. You also got all the normal stuff that comes with the adventure variants. So only champions with a wisdom of 13 or higher. And then there's a mimic. In each area, the mimic plant gets distracted. So we've lost a place in our formation. And they're gonna do other stuff. Enemies gonna deal additional damage. Speed is increased. Gold find is reduced. I'm not as concerned with the gold find being reduced because I already have pretty high gold find. And I already have a ton of favor. So that's probably not gonna come up too much. But wisdom of 13 or higher and losing that slot, that could be difficult. Frozen in Fear, so same Zariel stuff. We gotta go a bit higher. Each area, no vampires appear from the rhyme. They drop no gold, nor do they count towards quest progress. Whenever a null vampire deals damage to a champion, that champion is stunned for 2 seconds. All champions' normal attack cooldown is increased by 1 unless Havilar is in your formation. So we'll have to see if we can get Havilar in our formation if we want to do Frozen in Fear. I'm not gonna do a poll for this. I'm just gonna turn to the chat. And I'm going to say, which do you want to do? Do you want to do Mimics or Frozen? Yeah, we don't play optimally. We're going to try to be slightly more optimal here because this is going to be a little more difficult, which is why I'm doing it first. But remember, not necessarily optimal. So let me see. Mimic, Frozen, Mimics. I mean, we could try to do both, but that could be hard. Frozen sounds fun. I'm seeing a lot of Frozen. I mean, if you want me to let it go, I will let it go. Yeah. I think people are saying Frozen. I see a couple Mimics in there, but looks like Frozen in Fear is what we're going for. So, friends, let's start this. Let's see what we can put together. So we've got extra special challenges. We're going to try to get Havilar in our formation. So let's start there. Let's start with trying to get Havilar, who I always have problems finding. I use her, that's Farida. If we can get Havilar, well, Havilar is right there. That's why I couldn't find her. Okay, so I think we got to add the feat that gives her wisdom. I'm trying to remember what it was. Strength of 10, charisma of 13. So, plenty of strength, charisma. So we got to give her, we got to up her charisma. And, ooh, this is the hard part. All right, chat, I'm coming back to you. We need this charisma feat in order to have Havilar in the formation. Do we substitute Glaive Finesse? Do we substitute it for Prodigal Leader? Or do we just say no to Havilar? Not a poll. I'm just turning back to the chat, and I'm getting your opinion on this one. Get rid of Prodigal Leader, I'm hearing? Yeah, Havilar for the win. Obviously we need Havilar, because I know we're going to try to have Black Viper as our DPS, but I think if we have Havilar for this, to get rid of that cooldown debuff, then we're probably going to want Farida so that the two of them can pair well. Remove Leader. Let Prodigal Leader go. Okay, all right. Everyone's saying, yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's hard because I've got the 50% damage to all champions, which is, but let's do that. Let us. And now look, we've got Heavy. Yay! So let's stick her up front. So we're probably gonna want Farida. Let's even see his God, it's been this long since I've pulled out Black Viper. I can't even remember where she is. Where are you hiding? Oh yeah, because you're in the same. That's why. So my Black Viper is pretty well geared. But I think for the purposes of trying to get this done, let's stick with Farida, who's also really well geared, so we can get that synergy because we kind of want to have Havilar in the formation. So we're not going to worry too much about that. So Havilar is going to be our main damage dealer. And now, I think, let's do something else we normally do. So normally before I start to set up a whole bunch of these formations, we go through all of the patron challenges to see, hey, is there a champion that I got to use elsewhere? Because, you know, try to spread everything out. So let's just take a look and see what does Strahd want. He wants Krond, a healing champion, and that's about it. Strahd is pretty lightweight today. Vajra wants no DPS, wants Catti-Brie, Regis, and Drizzt, and Delana. And Mert wants Krond. Ooh. Well, Strahd and Mert are going to fight over Krond, Jalaxel, Dinar, and Mert and Vajra are going to fight over Delana. So this might be the kind of day in where we don't... Mert... Sorry, Mert. Cheers unto you, Mert. I don't think we're doing any of your challenges today. You want to steal champions from all sorts of other places. Okay, so this gives us an idea. So let's start putting together a formation. And you know what? Orkira's already there. Always have Orkira when possible. Let's see. I mean, Dragon Daddy. Why would you have Havilar and Farida and not have Dragon Daddy? Gotta have Dragon Daddy. Mehen. All right. Yeah, we'll keep Mehen pretty far back. Baloth might be good here, or Desmond. Either of them are nice. I mean, Briv or Keelik might be good. I think we want a Shandy for sure, not just for the speed, but for the buff. There. We might go human. I might not do either of these. I'm actually gonna go explosive, just because in this case, I'm making sure that even a suboptimal formation is gonna be able to get to 525 without any problems. So I don't want to go Makos because I can't really stick him where he wants to be, and I don't want to go Shaka because I've already got enough stuff I gotta worry about. I might go Strix eventually, and Penelope. I mean, won't you be my friend, Penelope, and do stuff? All right. We want good because they're good. Okay. I will now once again turn to the chat. We've got the basics of this formation figured out, but we're a minor option, but I've still got some options here. You must always have Mr. Baloth as a fallen angel. I mean, Baloth is going to be helpful there. Baloth is going to certainly be helpful, but Desmond is also really good. I'm not worried too much about Gold Find. Sentry is mostly effective when you can put them in the front of the formation, and I kind of want Havilar up front. So it's kind of between Baloth and Desmond. A lot of lurking this week. Hey, Trumler, that's okay. Listen, lurk and work is... I do that so often. Yeah, I think... What do you think, Chad? Are we going Desmond and getting some speed in, or are we going Baloth and going for a little more damage dealing fun? I'm not going to do the Baloth stacking, just to get that out there because we're not going to be playing that actively because eventually I'm going to go on to some of the other patron challenges. So if that helps you figure things out, I'm seeing a lot of Baloth, although Reaver 01, Baloth is more like a truffle pig for gold. Desmond all the way. If not stacking, take Desmond. Yeah, I kind of figured I might want to be very specific about that. I'm not going to be doing stacking because once again, we're going to eventually move on and look at other adventure challenges. So, Jaheira because YOLO, says Melcaver. I mean, Jaheira is really, is like sneakily good as a DPS. My gear for her is not amazing. And also, I don't want to split my DPS, but I do appreciate that Jaheira because YOLO. Healing, heading home now. My patron free plays aid is now fully updated. See ya. Have a safe trip, Trumler. Okay, I saw a lot of people saying Baloth until I said I wasn't doing the Baloth stacking. Yeah, Alex Byrne says Baloth and Desmond living in the same slot make me very sad. No Havilar or Kira, Baloth, Desmond, and Shaka formations in game. Right? I wanted to do Idle Champions Prisons, Core to the Raven Queen, whole formation, and then that happened. It was like, so close. Jaheira is a decent support, that's true. And yeah, I agree that Jaheira is totally underrated. I think in this case, though, I want a more dedicated support. And Jaheira also has a bit of that DPS going on. Yeah, and I might use Briv as well. We're getting there. You know what? Snack pack all the way. Let's do this. All right, Desmond, get on in there. We want Desmond next to as many people as possible. And next to the DPS. We're gonna... Yeah, we want his damage to be up. That's 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, I think maybe here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and then I agree, let's get Briv in there. Because Briv doesn't necessarily need to be super upfront, but he's gonna be super helpful. We could go Talon here. Yeah. We still got 2 more spots, one of which is next to Farida. So, Talon might be good, Human might be good. I would go Tatiana, but then I'm going to have to try to rework everything to make the favored friend happen. But I do like the idea of sticking Tatiana in there. You could go with Ariza, or we could go with Strix. Either of those would work. If I'm going to go with someone here, it's going to be Makos. Let's see. What's the chat saying? Talon for sure. Strix with more tieflings. That's true. I hadn't even thought of that. So yeah, let's go Talon, who is a nice support and does not need to be next to Farida. Oh look, I got Colonel Pest out there. Aw. And then yeah, let's go Strix. Let's and Smelly Lunch. And yeah. Okay, this is I'm liking this. Hey, chat. I think we made an optimal formation. Look what we did. Look what we did. What, this way. Look what we did. All right, I do need to make a couple of small alterations here. Just really simple, small alterations. Like Flo needs to be on Briv. Also, where are you? Oh, there's Zuni. Zuni needs to be on Havilar. I mean, this has to happen. It just has to be that way. Desmond's got to get the puppy. Ooh, and then I'm gonna lose the alligator. We want the alligator with the parachute. Ricochet. Who wants Ricochet? Dragon Daddy. There we go. Dragonborn Daddy. Take Ricochet. And then yeah, the rest of this is looking good. Oh, let's give Penelope. Yeah. And I mean, this is really important, everyone. You don't know how important it is to make sure that Puff you know what? I'm not gonna put Puff out there because eventually we're gonna put Baloth somewhere, and Baloth's gonna need Puff. Yes, Baloth's gonna need Puff. That's the thing. Ooh, Hoot and Holler's gotta be out there. Let's get Hoot. So that was Hoot, and this is Clover, not Holler. I keep saying, yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna bother. So normally when we're doing the free plays, I go through and I save this formation somewhere, and then I make sure that everything's all set up in the Modron animation. But because this is specifically for an adventure variant that has its own special requirements, I'm not going to worry about that because I'm just going to let this go. And we're going to see how far we can get. And then when it's done, I'm going to try to do another adventure variant and put it together. But chat, I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you. Also, J-Dog. Oops, optimal formation. I know, right? And Cassie's 335 give Baloth a red panda. I mean, probably both. Probably both. I'll put a red panda. I mean, because you have to have the red panda on a tricycle with the top hat. Oh, that reminds me. Did you see all the top hats that happened on April 1st? Did you get to see all of the fun top hats? Because they were kind of fun. All right, well, we've got this going. What I'm gonna do is, you know what? Let's see how far we get without any potions. But we will do a large potion of speed because it'd be nice if we could finish this before the end of the stream. So let's crank up the speed a bit. Oh, why not? Let us. Whoa! Let's go fast. How go fast? Let's go fast. Let's see if we can get this done. We'll come back to this in a little bit. We'll see how it's doing. If for some reason I'm struggling to get to 525, I may throw a couple of potions out there of giant strength and see what that does. But this is a pretty good formation, and it's using champions who I have pretty good gear for, and I've got a lot going on. So I think we got this. How's the game moving so fast? Yeah, how often do I get how go fast? All right, we've got some questions. And actually, as I'm answering some of these questions that the wonderful Mars got for us. Thank you, Mars. Let's get another poll going. This second poll, I want to know, do you want to do another adventure variant? Or you just want to do another free play and get a bunch of challenges done? Which chat? Let us get a new poll going. This we'll do an actual poll for, because this will give me a chance to answer a bunch of questions. But would you like to do another adventure variant with our patrons, or just try to get a bunch of patron challenges done with some free plays? While that gets put up, let's go. We are Cassie's 335. We are, of course, fully expecting a top hat familiar now. Well, I will pass along your expectations. Absolutely. All right, so while Mars is getting that poll up, Trumler wants to know, do you have an Icewind variant left on Cold as Ice 6.4? I don't remember, but I can look. I know probably at least one of my patrons has that variant open. Hostile Eldritch question. Is it better to hard focus one patron or just do weekly challenges and then see what happens? It depends. I think at first it's good to kind of spread the love around a little bit, especially if you are trying to use the patrons to unlock some of the stuff that you have access to. So you do a couple of variants and then you get some stuff unlocked in the shop. And one of the things that I'm constantly doing every week is making sure I do enough patron challenges in order to at least get myself a Modron chest every week. And then also a bunch of these other patron chests, because that's gear for champions that you can't easily get anywhere else without buying some of those chests. So as far as hard focus or do weekly challenges and see what happens, I think at first, spread the love. And then eventually you're probably going to get to the point like I am, and where I'm looking at Zariel and I'm looking at these perks, and I really want this. I really want it. I want to do better in trials, and so I want to unlock these challenges or these perks. So off air, when I'm not doing this show, I will tell you, especially over the last couple of weeks where we haven't had an event going on, I've been doing a lot of patron challenges for specifically for Vajra and for Zariel because of some of the global perks that they offer. But that's because I have a very specific thing I'm going after. So I'd say if there's something you hardcore want, then yeah, focus down. Get going. But in general, it's good to spread the love. It's totally. Oh, we got the poll up. Yep, so don't forget to vote in the poll. Do you want to do more patron variants, some of the harder stuff, and where we're actually going to try to get an optimal formation, but we probably won't get as many challenges done? Or, hey, free play it up. Let's get as many of these challenges done as we can. Sob Snake 94 question: which campaign do you need to do to unlock Strahd? Yes, so in the Grand Tour of the Sword Coast, the Barovia map, which you just kind of unlock naturally as you're going through the story, there's a specific adventure called Towering Expectations. And you do that, and that will get you Barovia. And Strahd will be happy. Remus 2, question: what are the two icons that look like a sun and an anvil to the right of the patrons? I apparently haven't unlocked those, and I'm curious what they are. Yes. So once you get far enough into the game that you have Descent into Avernus unlocked, which is one of the campaigns, and once you've gone through Descent into Avernus and finished the Descent into Avernus campaign, the main campaign, it's going to unlock the Trials of Mount Tiamat, which is a cooperative, asynchronous multiplayer, and where you can go and earn basically stuff to make legendary equipment happen. Because you can't use those, you can't go into trials or forge stuff until you reach that point, you probably are not seeing those icons yet. Because it feels mean to put those icons there and then constantly tell you, no, you can't do that. Once you've unlocked Trials and Forge, those buttons will appear. And so Trials is literally, let's go start a Trials adventure, which I'm probably going to do after this. And the Forge is where you can craft epic or higher pieces of equipment. And of course, what you want to do is craft all of the epic, wonderful equipment for Orkira, because she deserves it. She deserves golden gilded marshmallows. I mean, how do you not? How do you not? But I might be biased, just a little. Alex Byrne, question: is the new multi-attack fire 1x1 a new feature, or something we can assume is returning to the old version soon? I am not. The new multi-attack fire 1x1. I am not sure what that is. I might just be reading that wrong. So if you could put some clarification in chat of what you're looking for, I can see if I can answer it. We'll see. Oh, variants have won. Apparently y'all want to do some of the harder stuff today. Okay, well, now that we know we're doing variants, I need to know. So let's not do another Zariel variant, mostly because if we start overlapping the same champions that are available, it's going to get really hard. So I'd like to know, we're going to do a second poll. Oh, geez, we're putting Mars to work. Mars, I'm putting you to work today. Go ahead and do another poll. Are we going to do a patron variant for Mert, Vajra, or Strahd? Who we going after? As we get that going, I'll answer a few more questions. Garwar, question: why did the top hats go away so fast on Friday? I am unsure of the reason or the specifics. I will make an uneducated guess that, like all things that require an update to the game, the devs are wary about that kind of thing happening late on a Friday or after they have gone home. So they try not to change things in the game when no one is around. And April 1st being a Friday, which is April Fool's Day, that meant if you had the hats going on all day, then an update to the game had to happen on a Saturday, which makes everyone nervous. Or like end of the business day on Friday, which always makes everybody nervous. So that is my guess. It is 100% a guess. I don't know if that's the reasoning, but that's what makes sense to me, because it's always a little nerve-wracking when changes to the game are made late in the day on a Friday. So that's my guess. I hope you enjoyed the hats, because I did. I'm seeing some weird thing. Yes, only one vote. Only one vote. We might do a vote a little later. Stormageddon 1958. We might do another one a little later that includes challenge coins. We can do that. But most of the time when I ask for a vote, I don't use the challenge coins because I don't want people, like, first off, there's a lot of people in this chat who probably have a ton. And I don't want newer viewers, which this show tries to be friendly towards, to feel like, oh, I've only got 1,000 challenge coins and someone just dropped lots of challenge coins. So yeah, usually we only do one. I might do for one of these other polls. As you can see, today's a lot of polls day. If you do have any other questions, go ahead and put those in chat with question in big capital letters so that I can grab those, so that Mars can grab those. We're putting Mars to work today. Absolutely. Oh, we did that one. Zeroni132. Hey, new player here. Hey, welcome. Glad you could join us. Speaking of new players, how do gates work exactly? I thought that Aaliyah was supposed to be free this weekend, but she wasn't. So I unlocked Sentry, 6 stones. Okay. So, time gates work in 2 different ways. What you're specifically talking about is this past weekend was a free time gate weekend, which means one of them opens up for everybody for free. You don't have to spend the little time gate pieces. But what happens is, time gates. What happens is when they open, there are 3 champions that are offered for you semi-randomly for free. And I say semi-randomly because the game takes into account what champions you haven't unlocked yet, what champions you haven't unlocked yet, and if there's a champion that's coming up in the next event. So it tries to not give you a champion that's going to be available in a couple of days. For example, chances are, let's take a look. Chances are, I think Orkira is probably grayed out at this point. Yep. So see how, I mean, this looks sad. This looks so sad. Oh, talk about Shadowfell Orkira. So Orkira is grayed out, not because she's gone monochrome, which would be weird, but because Greengrass starts in 2 days on Wednesday. And Orkira is one of the champions that you will be able to unlock and get gear for during Greengrass. So the game makes it so that you can't use a time gate to unlock her because it seems like it's unfair. If you just wait 2 more days, you get a chance to unlock her. So, free time gate weekend, you open up your free time gate and you're going to be offered 3 champions at the top that you could unlock for free. And it's going to offer them based on who you don't have yet and who should not be offered. You only get the chance to pick from those 3 for the free one. Which is why if you come to, say, a stream on one of those Fridays, or if you're hanging out in the Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions, everybody take a drink, you'll see a lot of people who are saying, hey, here are my 3 champions, who do I choose? So that's what happens in a free time gate weekend. If you spend some of your time gate pieces, if you actually go ahead and use that when you open up a time gate, so you just open up a time gate anytime with 6 time gate pieces, you can then choose from anyone you want. You are not limited to what the 3 champions are. You can choose from any of the champions, with the exception of, hey look, Melf. Melf is grayed out. Why is Melf grayed out? Melf will be available in 2 days for green grass. So with the exception of those champions that are going to be available like just in a day or two, you can choose from anybody. So if you're looking for a specific champion, you're going to want to spend your time gate pieces to get that specific champion. Because otherwise, you're kind of playing the free time gate roulette. Now, if you don't have that champion yet, there's a higher chance that they're going to come up because the game is trying to help you fill out your roster. I think that answered all the questions about time gates. I don't mind giving the whole explanation for time gates, even though we're a weekly patron challenge show, because having a deep roster is how you become successful doing all of these patron challenges, because especially with patrons like Strahd, who does not let a lot of champions be in his challenge. You want a really deep roster. Speaking of Strahd has won. Apparently chat was also jokingly referring to him as Raj. Due to a silly typo involving an overzealous cat on Mars Skyhand last week. Okay, that explains why I looked over at chat for a moment and everyone was talking about someone named Raj. Okay. Strahd, huh? Strahd. Silly. Well, I'm glad I got some of the champions I got in here when I did, because some of these champions, or Kira, are not available on Strahd. So, let's take a look at Strahd. So we're going to try to do some of these challenges, but because we're going to do an adventure variant, because y'all voted for adventure variants, we're going to be a little more flexible on this one. For example, Krond is our highest damage dealer? We'll see. A healing champion is our highest damage dealer? We'll see. We'll see who we have available. Undead is interesting. Fae is interesting. I mean, Undead, we should go to Chult. We should have some fun in Chult. So let us switch adventuring parties. Let's go to Chult and let's do a bunch of the patron adventure variants there. So Strahd, Tomb. Let's see. Some of these are the ones that you have to do actively. So So Wagon Train is another one of those in where you kind of have to keep an eye on things. Oof. That's gonna be, okay. Chat, I'm gonna let you pick another one of these. So we can do Starving in the Jungle, which is our gold drops are reduced by 2% in each area, stacking multiplicatively. Your champions take 4% unavoidable damage every second in a non-boss area. Or we could do Struggling Towards Omu, in where not only do we gotta meet the intelligence requirement, we have to meet the charisma requirement. And once again, Strahd is already the patron with the lowest number of available champions for these patron challenges. So both of these are gonna be a little difficult. Should we starve or struggle, chat? Wow, that's a really weird way of saying that. That was not what I meant. I'm sorry. But you know what I mean. Struggling Towards Omu lets you knock out that Kron challenge. That is true, Possible Cabbage. That's a great name, Possible Cabbage. You're possibly a cabbage, but maybe you're coleslaw. We're seeing a lot of struggle. Yep. I mean, when I'm struggling, I'm usually starving, so both. That's fair, Garwar. That's fair. All right, I guess we're struggling. We're gonna struggle. Let's see what happens. let's see who we end up with. Okay, so let's get some familiars out there to give us a little bit of time. Whoops. Let's start from 12. So, we could Melf, but I really like Vi, especially for speed. I got nobody here. Whew. All right, we've got Tyrell. Lazaps or Morgaine? I mean, my Lazaps is better geared. I mean, we could go Narak. My Narak is not amazing, but we were gonna try, or we could stick with Beetle and Grim. All right, this is a Catty Bree. All right, so now we have the decision. Do we go Alindra, who is gonna be a really good buffer for whoever is our DPS? Do we go for Krond? We pick him as our DPS and try to get that challenge, but his gear is not amazing. I'll come back. I'll come back to that. Let's Dadius, because intelligent people. All right, all I got here is Stokey. I gotta switch. I gotta at least give you the higher gold one. Jeez. All right, here's Artemis. We could put Artemis as our DPS. Well, we're definitely doing Whittle. And we got Turiel. Okay. So, I think the first thing we need to figure out, who is going to be our DPS? We could go with Krond, who is not amazingly geared, but we could try to knock out that challenge. Or we could say, hey, you know what? I'll get that challenge a little later. I'm going to try to actually get to 400 areas. And let's grab Alindra, because Alindra's going to be a really good buffer. And we'll pick someone else as our DPS. What do we think, chat? Today is a chat-heavy day. Today I'm heavily relying on you, chat. Yeah, Possible Cabbage says Krond wants strong and evil, so having a really limited roster is tough. Right? Frowning Fish. I mean, I might be accidentally being like Alindra, but I know that Alindra is a really good buffer and I got some pretty good gear on her. But I see a lot of people saying Krond. Lurking Rider says Catty Bree, which is not a bad choice for our DPS. That is not a bad choice. Try Krond, and if you struggle, switch. You know what? Zajun 68. I like this plan. That's true also, WW Monster, that Catty Bree is needed for another patron. Catty Bree is needed in another castle. Now, I'm probably going to end up using Catty Bree here anyway because I got to put a lot of people in this formation, but I think that is a very good point. You can always start with Krond, always switch him out. So let's do it. Here you go, Krond. Okay. Firebolt. Let us build a formation. So we got ourselves 2 tanks. Tanks for tanks. But we'll moonbeam it up because Zaps wants to be the tanky tank. Oh, yeah. Let's do that. I haven't actually used Lazaps in long enough, although we're going to zap her. I'm just double checking. Increases all small champions. Yeah. I don't have a lot of options for small champions, Lazaps. I'm so sorry. I don't think you need to be within a certain range of... Yeah, okay. So, let's move Krond away from here. Alright, Whittle is going to be good right in the middle. Whittle in the middle. I think we're going to stick Catty Bree in here. I think it's very possible that Catty Bree might steal the top DPS from Krond. But you know what? If it happens, it's not the end of the world, because if that's what happens, we're going to go faster. Let me double check. Krond, you're strong and intelligent. And I probably want to go with intelligence because I figure because of this being the Strahd variant, Yeah, let's go smarts. Stick Vi in there. Although, I don't think Vi needs to be next to... I'm gonna want evil. I'm gonna want her buffing evil because always go sassy. Always grab the sass. Because chaotic evil. So I want her buffing evil people too. I don't think Vi has a I need to be next to someone. So yeah, stick Vi up there. Gromma's also an option with her feet. That's true. We might do that because I don't want to put Artemis in here because we've already got 2 DPS people. Let's take a look. Let us take a look at this feat. Oh, I don't got that feat yet. I gotta get that feat. Okay, well that ain't happening. Let's stick Turiel in there and put you there because they're buffing everybody behind them. Embodiment of law. I am the law. You were lawful evil, right? You're chaotic evil. Whoops. Well, there you go. I mean, we're not gonna go Narak because DPS fun, so there we go. Beetle and Grim. Beetle and Grim are in there. Icon. Well, no. So, yeah, we'll go there. And we'll go there. Because, man, I love being able to look at the little, hey, how many people does this affect? I think Krond had an 18 or higher, right? Yeah, you got an 18. Let's go with the Strunk. Was there nobody in this slot? There's nobody in this slot. Oof. Is there nobody else in this slot? And Xander. But no, I'd rather go Dadius. And that's actually not a bad place for Dadius. Actually, do you want to be next to people? I haven't used you in a while. Practice makes perfect. Increase the damage of chromatic orbs each time the same element. Oh yeah, it's that. But I want skill empowerment because you're here to buff. Skill empowerment plus for each stack of practice makes perfect. Well, I want to increase the damage of champions within 2 slots. Okay, so that's where they are. That makes sense. Folks, we're up against it. I mean, I got Stokey. And that's it. Unless anybody has any other recommendations. I think we're putting Stokey in here. Which is not a bad thing. I just feel like, yeah, next to the DPS, her damage is not going to be so great that I think she's going to steal. But yeah. Lurking Rider, unfortunately, I don't have that feat. I could probably buy that feat right now, but you know what? We've gone this far, and let us do a suboptimal Strahd formation. Because, once again, it's Strahd. Let's use Stokey. Let's go for it. Why not? Is this amazing? No. Is this gonna work? Probably. I think because we're only going to 400, which really isn't that far. Should take a journey. That's all. Yeah, we want to go there. I think 400 isn't that far, considering I've got some pretty good. Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. And you know what? Like was mentioned, if we're not, if things are going wrong, and we need to, we can always pull Krond and stick a Lindra in there. We can do a little bit of maneuvering, and we can boost our fun by a little bit. But you know what? I we're gonna be okay. Right? Hi, Irene UK. Welcome, and good evening, and welcome to Weekly Patronage, where I'm doing adventure variants and still making suboptimal formations that we think are gonna work. Whittle and Alendra infinite attack speed combo. Well, but at this point, we're going for Krond. We're putting our money on Krond. All our money. But I think we got this. I'm gonna answer some more questions. And as I answer some more questions, if you do have any other questions, go ahead and put those in chat with question in big capital letters. If it's about the game, if it's about Squiddle, if it's about, I mean, I'll answer Familiar Quest questions, but I'm just a fellow watcher of that show, you know, or anything else that might be going on. Because if you haven't picked up Squiddle yet, I mean, look at that. Look at this adorable familiar. Walking on the tentacles. Also, I love the goggles. The goggles are real good. Super good. Okay, questions. Let's see. Jdog2773, question, week-long community challenges for Greengrass next week, please. We'll look at it. The honest answer of why we haven't been able to do those, and for those that missed out on it, we're trying to do some longer community challenges where if you were donating your challenge coins and on a regular basis and you could meet a specific community challenge, it would unlock something for the entire community, another chest, things like that. Honestly, the answer to why we kind of stopped doing it was just time and person power. It really was. It was time and person power, because those take a little bit of managing and being aware of, and you know. But we will try it again. I don't think we're gonna get a chance to do it for Greengrass, especially since there's gonna be other things going on. But we haven't forgotten. Let's see. Reaver01 question, is that a normal crow on the random ultimate box, or does it have a secret identity? Oh, did I put Crowy somewhere? Did I crow? Oh, maybe Crowy was in the other place, adventuring parties. I might have left. Wait, hold on. We're gonna come here. Is that okay? So I've got a normal crow out there. I do not have Crowy. Oh, not Crowy, and not even the yeah, I've forgotten how many crows / ravens. So I got the raven out there. I don't have Crowy, and then yeah, I have a lot of birds. But no, that is not Crowy. No secret identity for Crowy. Sorry. Nix's question. I'm getting a new DLC, but I do not see any new blog. Is it intended? Yeah, we don't have a blog out for the new DLC, mostly because everything you need for, if you're specifically talking about Squiddle, but this should be for all of the Familiar Quest familiars, or there's the new Kobold skins for a whole bunch of champions from the Kobold comic that's out, because kobolds are the best. All of the information is really in-game, and it's kind of better to point you to the game and just say, hey, new stuff in the game. So there is not a blog out for the new DLC. The good news is there would be nothing in there that you're missing out on that won't be just right here, which is here. That's what you got. But yeah, go check it out. We're trying to streamline the blogs. We're trying to make sure that we get you the information you need, but not try to basically double up on what's already in the game, because, you know, you should be able to go to the game and see everything that you need. Jdog2773 question, how long of a sabbatical will you take when Orkira gets retired from Greengrass? Do you mean a sabbatical from Orkira or a sabbatical from the game? Because I'm not taking a sabbatical from the game anytime soon. she'll get retired from Greengrass not next year, but the year after. So we're talking 2 years from now. I can barely figure out what I'm having for lunch. I don't know. I mean, at this point, retired, if you're talking about playing Orkira, at this point, she's in semi-retirement because I'm not playing her anywhere, which is sad because I like playing Orkira. But, you know, Court of the Raven Queen ended, and we had a lot of fun. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. The whole thing is up on YouTube. You should watch it. It's really good. #snack pack. But yeah, when she gets retired from Greengrass, I mean, that's in 2 years. I got time. Skevic74 question. Community challenge soonish? Yeah, like I said, probably not soon, but gonna happen. We have not forgotten, I promise. Boss Man. For a second, I thought they said Base Man. I'm like, yeah, upright base. Here we go. Boss Man 0. Wait. How did Rosie get one of the most popular slots? Well, Rosie has actually been around in the game quite a while. We're talking about where did Rosie go? Where's Rosie B. Stinger? Why do I fail so miserably at this? But yes, Rosie B. Stinger has been around in this game for quite a while. And basically, as the game has gone on, it has gotten harder and harder to put people into slots because there isn't a slot now in the formation that doesn't have awesome people in it. It's just, you know, the way it works. Oh, are we talking about time gate options? I mean, Rosie's pretty darn popular. I mean, it's the C team. C team are popular. Mars is like, people are apparently choosing her for time gates for some reason. Because it's not your grandma's grandma. Because there's a lot of people. Is she the most effective champion in your lineup? Probably not. But there are many reasons why you choose from a bunch of different champions who are available. One of them being, you might just be trying to fill out your roster. Maybe Rosie is one of the few that you don't have. Also, a lot of people just like collecting the champions from the shows that they like. And C-Team was very popular. I mean, look at all of the skins for Dinar. Yes, the Yum Yum Hut. I do love the Yum Yum Hut. So yes, a lot of people they play the game because they want to be able to hang out with their friends and they want to put the champions that are from the shows that they really enjoy out there. And a lot of people are fans of the C-Team. Oh, hi, Cypher. Welcome. Happy Monday to you. You know, it's a good thing that Cypher of Tyr is here in the chat because I believe tomorrow there is a charity stream going on that if our wonderful community participates in, they have a chance to win some pretty cool stuff from Idle Champions. Mars, if you happen to have that Twitter link handy, and let me know and I can send that to you. But you can put that link in chat. But go check out the show tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific. And I now sit and look at the chat and wait to get confirmation about the charity show that is having. Oh yes, she's gonna send me the tweet. That will help. Yes, I got it correct. So 10 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. Go check out Cypher of Tyr on Twitch. There is basically an awesome charity drive happening with some really cool people, and some of the milestones will include Idle Champions stuff. So there we go. Thank you, Mars. Thank you, Mars, for helping. So definitely go check that out. And I hope you have I hope you have a lovely stream tomorrow. I'm gonna try to stop by, but you know, it is in the middle of the day for work, so I might be in and out. Speaking of, there are people who play the game so that they can have fun with champions who are from their favorite streams. There's a lot of people who got into this game because Rivals of Waterdeep is in the game. And being able to play with Celise and Shaka and Tahani and in 2 more days, Gosrick, like, that's super fun. I can't wait for Gosrick. I can't wait for that cart. It looks so cool. So yeah, it is. There's a lot of reasons why specific champions get picked or get popular or stuff, and it's not always a numbers game. So for those of you who are joining us, as we are halfway through our weekly patronage, we're doing things a little differently today. We're not just doing free plays to get a whole bunch of challenges done, but we're getting a little more challenging. We're doing adventure variants, which specifically are how we don't just get fun stuff to spend in the shop, but this is how we unlock the currency that we need in order to get these perks. Perks are really good, especially the global ones. Damage of champions adjacent to 2 or fewer champions, plus 70%. I'd like that. You know, we're working on Zariel in the other formation, and I'm really looking forward to getting some boosts to my trials team because, trials. Oh. So yeah, that is what we are doing right now. Let's get another poll going while I answer some more champions. While I answer some more questions from chat. Remember, if you have any questions, put question in big capital letters, and I'll go ahead and do my best to answer it as Mars grabs those from chat. So we've got this other adventuring party here. We currently have Zariel and Strahd. So my first question, first part of the poll part 1. Chat, would we like to do another adventure variant? See if we can do something optimal with who we have? Or would you like to go back to doing free plays, trying to get as many of these challenges done as possible? Mars will get that poll going shortly, and we shall see. Oh yes, yeah, Cypher is talking about Squiddle. Oh yes, let me pull up. There it is. Look. I mean, and you can have both Squiddle and Colonel Pest with just the most epic of scarves. I think Colonel Pest was one of the best looking familiars with a top hat. I think Colonel Pest won the Dapper award, especially with the scarf and the hat. Like, there are a bunch of familiars that looked really good, but Colonel Pest was one of those who's like, oh, we need this all the time. Okay, we have the poll going up in the chat, so you got a couple minutes to go ahead and vote. Are we continuing to go through variants and make things harder on ourselves, or are we doing some free plays and seeing what we can do to just get a bunch of these challenges done? While that's going on, let us come back to the giant list of questions. I want to say beige, but that's me just reading things wrong. The Big E679. What is another tank besides Nayeli? Still new? Well, welcome. And want a better frontline hero. Oh, well, I will say Nayeli is a really strong tank. So you'll be able to rely on her for a very long time. There's a bunch of really good tanks in this game. And if you're new, you kind of have your pick. It might depend on a couple of different answers to some questions. Is there a specific slot you're looking to unlock a tank or just another champion in? Is there a specific formation you'd like to try out? Are there specific champions you're looking to get? For example, if you're a fan of Heroes of the Plains, and I know I am, for various and sundry reasons, you might want Briv on your team. Briv is an excellent tank. Briv is a pretty tanky tank. So yeah, but there's a couple of good ones that, I mean, really you're gonna want them all. Gotta collect them all. But it's going to depend on a couple of things. I would suggest, since that is a very wide-ranging question, you probably got some good answers in chat, since I'm behind on these questions. I would also suggest, everybody grab your drink, because we're going to drink. Discord.gg/idlechampions for the Idle Champions Discord. It's like the hydrate bot, except I say it. And the reason I suggest the Discord is because you can have a really good conversation with the people in there about the specifics that you're looking for. That being said, with all of those qualifiers, if you're asking me, I mean, I'm going to go for Briv because I have to. So if you can get Briv is really, really good. I also, speaking of having Cypher of Tyr here in chat, Celise, really strong tank. And in 2 days, Gosrick is going to be coming out for Greengrass, and that's another Rivals of Waterdeep. So you can work on having a collection of all the Rivals of Waterdeep. So Celise is a really good tank. Who else would I'll give you a third. Let's go for 3. I'm going to go for Havilar. Yeah, I think my top 3, if I had to pick for you right now, knowing nothing about who you want to unlock or what formations you're looking for, any of that, Briv, Celise, or Havilar. Because all of them have really strong synergies with other champions. All of them are just solid tanks on their own. And, you know, if you get Havilar, you can also get that kobold skin and have a Havilar that looks like a kobold, which is amazing. All right, variants. Adventure variants have won by a landslide. Okay. All right, so this is what we have to decide next. We are down to one party. We've already got a Strahd. We've already got a Zariel. So our final, I'm not going to say it's our final vote because I'll probably come up with more stuff to vote for. Do we want an adventure variant for Vajra or Mert? Who do we want? Mars will go ahead and get that vote going in chat. And once we get that answered, then we will go looking for an adventure variant and see if we can keep building semi-optimal formations. I mean, this is a first for this show. Usually it's just throw some people in there that are going to work for a whole bunch of challenges and be done. All right, well, Mars gets that poll up to see. Denja Wolf, question, is there a new bug with Tatiana? I had been running with her, but even if she has been in beast mode, a lot of her best friend spots stay blue all of the time. I haven't heard about this. If you're experiencing this, I think this is a submit a bug report because I'm not sure what might be going on. There might be something else happening depending on what specializations you've chosen, because that will affect how many of those blue spots there are, the best friend slots. But if you do think that there's something going on, definitely go ahead and send us a support ticket, which you come down here to support. Support will open a new browser tab. You're going to say okay. I'm going to say cancel for what should be obvious reasons. It will open up a browser tab that will include a place in where you can detail, hey, what went wrong? And our excellent support people will take a look and see if they can figure out what's going on. Mafields ask, what champions are available in slot 2? Any recommendations? Well, first off, Whittle. I mean, listen, I'm gonna be that person who always talks about the heroes of the plains. But Whittle is also a super, super strong DPS, or not DPS, support and speed champion, and also you can make her look like a Lugaru, which is fun. Who else is good? I mean, Celeste, all of the starter champions, all of the evergreens are all gonna be solid champions. Belushi just came out, is also an evergreen champion that you can unlock just by playing through a bunch of the adventures in Witchlight. So depending on how new you are, that might be a little bit down the road, but if you've already unlocked Wild Beyond the Witchlight, that campaign, you can go after Belushi. And Belushi's a fun tank. Belushi's really fun. Dinar, speaking of the C team, if you would like Dinar and the Yum Yum Hut, I really like Dinar as, I basically like watching him do his ultimate, which is the acid pool that he puts down, which is super effective, but also it's just a ridiculously fun animation, especially if you are a fan of C-Team and you know that that's very accurate to how that character actually does their breath weapon. Korth, I find, as a really solid champion. I've even got some pretty nice gear on Korth. I think they're a really good support, and I really like that they offer, I've just lost the word. Shields. shields to people. And Talon. Talon is also really good, especially if you're not using, or as long as you're using a good champion as your DPS. You've got like a few evil champions thrown on in there. You just got to make sure that your DPS is good. But Talon is also a really strong character in this slot. So there's a couple that you can go for. The Black Staff has won. All right. We're putting together an adventuring party for Vajra Safar, which is good because I've been trying to go after this one right here. Gold chest drops have a 38% chance of being doubled. Ooh, we're going to make that go higher. I'm excited. Let's take a look at what Vajra wants us to do as far as weekly challenges, and let's see if we can do both at the same time. Porque no los dos. Let's see. So some of this will just happen. No DPS champion. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Vajra. We're going to have to do no DPS in another place because it's just not happening. Caddy Bree got picked over here by Strahd. And you know what? There's not a lot of champions that I could use for Strahd, and so there's not really anyone that I can move around. So we're just going to save that for some other time. Delin is our highest total damage dealer. Let's see who we got. Let's see. Humanoid enemies. That's pretty much going to be anywhere. Okay. All right. Let's come over here. Let's get our final adventuring party started. All right. Vajra. Let's go to Icewind Dale. Actually, do I have much available? Oh, I do. I got some stuff in Icewind Dale. I've been doing a lot for Icewind Dale. Oh, what's down here? What do we got? Giant Size Adventure, the great... Oh, we got Volo. Oh, Volo. So, I mean, this one is very doable, I think. It's really just enemies are going to move faster and deal more damage. And we've lost a slot, but there's really not any more restrictions. And 375 is incredibly doable. So, Giant Size Adventure we could probably do without a problem. Enemy Summit. Unique enemies from the previous 4 campaigns appear in each area. These unique enemies each have a special ability that are active until they're defeated. Okay. Also, I think this one, very doable. Only to 350. We don't even lose a slot. Yeah, so we're going to have some unique enemies coming through, but I think if we put together a pretty good formation, we're not going to have to worry. Mirage Arcane. In an effort to help the champions weather the cold, Chadwick joins them and attempts to practice with some new spell scrolls. The terrain around the champions changes, and not always to the champion's advantage. This adventure has unique dialogue. Ah, I like that. So we lose a slot. Once again, 400, that's really not too bad. I'm saying this as some of the adventure variants that I've been working on completing are at the point of their 700, 750, 800. Okay. We won't do a poll for this. Let me just get the feelings from chat of these 3. I think any of these are very doable for us today. What do you prefer? Should we do a giant-sized adventure? Should we do an enemy summit? Or should we do Mirage Arcane? What say you, chat? Go ahead and just put it into chat. I'm not going to worry about a poll for this one because, I will just casually poll the chat. Today is a hardcore... I'm relying on chat to make a lot of decisions day. Giant. So this is that one. Enemy sounds good for the Delina DPS. That's true. I'm a fan of fun dialogue. Enemy Summit. Giant or Mirage? Mirage. Giant enemy. The one with the variable scenery? That's gonna be... Okay. I'm fond of Volo as my first D&D campaign was in Dragon Heist's 5 form. Okay, I could see why you're a fan of Volo. There's usually a lot of eye rolling when it comes to Mr. Volo, but both not optimal for kill quests. True, but once again, we're kind of, because we've decided to do adventure variants, we're a little more focused on just getting those, that extra currency for unlocking a bunch of the challenges. Probably with voiceover. All right, so we want unique. I think we're going Mirage. Let me make sure. Because I think on here I have the dialogue super fast and turned off for free plays. So if y'all are super excited about the new dialogue, that the unique dialogue that's in here, let me make sure it's gonna happen. Settings. So we're skipping cinematics, but that's in free play. Let's do that. We'll bring that back down to normal. So that way, as we're hanging out. All right, let's go back here. I think we'll do Mirage. Irene UK, I do not guarantee voiceover, but we'll give it a try. Vajra, Icewind, Dale, Mirage. It's just that spot. All right. Let's see who we got. And this rest has been much needed. Thank you, Beetle, Grim, for all your hospitality. The pleasure has been ours, Celeste, and I know I speak for Beetle and all the folks here when I say thank you, and all the champions for what you've done with us. Beetle, say thank you. I didn't read it fast enough. Getting to 10 pounds quickly will be of paramount importance. Whatever happened to Icewind Dale, they've been taking the brunt of it. Hopefully they'll learn something. Bruner says, that'd be our policy for sure. Nope, not fast enough. Not fast, or Kira narration. Well, Beetle and Grim are talking. They're talking a lot. Okay, whoops. I had a previous formation that just popped up. Nope. Okay, we're gonna back out of this. Folks, sorry. Whoopsie. That sometimes happens, or we just have a formation sitting there, ready to go. Let us try this again. Whoops, not there. And this time with less fail. Okay. All right, okay. But oi, that squeaking sound tells me we've got more pressing tasks at hand before we do something that I wasn't able to read it fast enough for. Okay. The question is... are we doing a Delana formation? Are we gonna do this? Why do I always... There we go. Folks, are we going for Delana? I kind of want... I really want to have Dahani in there. You know what? I'd rather do a whole other free play and have Dahani. That's I think what we're doing. Okay. Which I can't have Celeste though, which kind of stinks. We might do Nearest. Averin is pretty good. We should put Averin in somewhere, I guess. Whoops! I'm missing out on dialogue. I saw Walnut. I'm so sorry. Delana DPS. The prophecy foretold this. Yes, but I've got a murder bird. Why no Celeste? Because we are doing a Vajra Safar variant. And what does Vajra require? A con score of 14 or higher. Wow, Celeste doesn't have a 14? No. I'm sorry, my friend. Your con is only 11. Do I have any way of fixing that? No, that's a wisdom score. Drat. Oh, I'm missing all of the unique dialogue. I rolled poorly. All right. Let's continue to pull this off. So, we're definitely gonna stick Averin in there because like he's really good. Don't tell Todd I said that. You can tell him. It's fine. I believe Dahani is chaotic good. I'm right. Chaotic good. So go do the good thing. Here we could stick in Baloth. Let's do Baloth there. We always want to go sturdy. Let's actually put Baloth there. Let's see. Ayla might be really good as our tank. if we might go human. We're gonna be overexcited. Let's get Alindra in there because yes. Yeah, actually, Calliope. If I run out of options, Calliope's good. I mean, this might be a good place for Nayeli, but then we'd have to put. Yeah, then I gotta put Dahani right behind Nayeli. You know what? Let's get Belushi in there. Yeah, let's do this. Can't see anything, can't hear anything, can't feel my toes. Remind me again how far 10 sounds is so I can adjust my inner anguish accordingly. Wait, I think I might. Whoops. This is the problem. This is the problem with trying to get through the in-game dialogue is I have to choose an upgrade path for Belushi. Well, we're focusing on Dahani, so we're gonna kill with melee. Ayla, I'm always trying to reset her storm stuff. Maybe hold off on checking for a minute. There's a warg that are caught up in the illusion of the stuff. I am just not good at this. Friends, I am super not good at reading this dialogue fast enough. Oh, let's be supportive. Okay. Let's do that. I'm trying to do too many things at once. Read the dialogue, form an actual formation. Okay. Buy me Gran's best travel vouchers. We're in Jolt now. Poor Nyanzaru. How marvelous and so lifelike. Yay, Ashara. Yes, isn't it wonderful? I've heard so many stories of your exciting travels, champions. Now I can use magic to do things. You best get it sorted out, Chadwick, and quickly. I appreciate you trying to help take our minds off. I'm supposed to be a professional voice actor, and I'm just failing miserably at doing this real fast. Super fast. Okay, let's get back to making a formation happen. Sent you a message about the dialogue. Oh, jeez. I know. Mars is being wonderful and is reminding me that I can change the dialogue speed in the game settings. And I mean, we can do that. I probably will have to. I mean, if you really want me to keep trying to do this dialogue, which I don't know if you really want, chat. Do you really want? Do you want me to keep trying to do this? I mean, or we could just keep trying to make a formation happen. Oh, we do. All right, chat wants dialogue. Settings. Cinematic speed. Manual. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do manual. And that way it can't get faster than I can read. Now with partial voiceover. That's right. Half a voice. Half a voiceover. I'm waiting for the moment that Orkira shows up, and then it'll be the best. All right, we're sticking human. Yeah, put human there. Well, we got 2 more slots. I'm gonna put Barrowin in there because I am a fan of putting Barrowin next to my DPS and making all those hammers happen. And then yeah, Calliope. Yep. Give me all those blessings. All right, here we go. Are we getting more dialogue? Can we go College of Valor? Make it. Well, I say one thing for it looking like we're somewhere else. These bandits don't know whether they're coming or going. Let's take advantage of that while we can. And Chadwick, we're still waiting for you to dismiss this effect. I don't have enough voices for all this. I feel like I'm just reading it. Working on it, my lady, working on it. There we go. He's pompous British. Oh, yes. See, now I have to click through everything. Now I have to remember to actively click on things. Star Chaser 43 and everybody who asked for the dialogue, you're welcome and I'm sorry. Okay. Well, we've got a formation set up here. This is pretty good. Let's go ahead and let's throw a potion of speed on here. And yeah. I think this is pretty optimal. Chat, we've done another optimal formation. Oh. All right, is there more? All right, I've it figured out now. This should work. Well, it doesn't look like we're in Port Nyanzaru anymore. That's for freaking sure. Sudden shift of the... Yeah, that's not dialogue. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. Let's go back to questions. Can I read dialogue, put together formation, and read questions, and run a stream all at the same time? Stick around, chat, and find out. Irene UK, question. Could we have some dwarf skins for those of us who thinks dwarfs is the best, please? Even if we're deluded, misguided, or wrong. Listen, I don't think if you have a specific race that you love playing in D&D, that you find super fun, that you just find is your jam for whatever reason, there's no wrong there. As Jeremy Crawford says, enjoy your bliss. I am a fan of all of the lineages that are the least humanoid possible. Give me Dragonborn, give me Aarakocra, give me Kobolds, give me Turtles, give me Grung, give me all of them. You know, everybody just has a fun thing. I feel like the Idle Champions community is very much into Kobolds in general, but, you know, if dwarves are your jam, I am pretty sure at least there is a Garwar in chat who agrees with you. Am I right, Garwar? I know I'm right. All right, the wolves are scattering, Chadwick. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist on helping you figure out what's wrong with this illusion. Let me see those spell scrolls, please. Gladly, my lady. It's just I can't seem to dismiss their magic. Well then, we'll need to dispel it. Here, I'll take care of it. Wait, what's happening? The spell scrolls are glowing now and the scene is shifting again. And there we go. See, I figured Garwar was gonna back you up here. But to answer your question, I will pass your love of dwarves along to the team. Mayfield, what is C team? Backup team or backup? So C team is. I'll answer that after I do the dialogue. Oi! Whatever power was in that Chult illusion, these bandits in Barovia seem to be drinking just as deep of it. We're getting badgered, but good. Just keep telling yourself it's all in your head, dwarf. That's what I'm worried about. Had a half dozen swords in their last fight. That the blethers almost left in me head. Oh, hold on. Runer's hard. Friends, wow. I never said I was good at accents. All right. C team is literally an affiliation in the game. Yeah, the Omen. The Omen is Acquisitions Incorporated. Whoops, I forgot. I know Dinar is here, but you know what? Belushi can come back in a second. So Dinar is part of the Acquisitions Incorporated C team. There's a couple different champions, and that's just an affiliation in the game because that was the name of their show, and it was super fun. You should definitely check it out. They are complete. So if you're looking for a D&D show that is done and complete, which is not always easy to find, there you go. This is potent magic. I can literally feel the grass under my feet, even though I know there's snow there. See, now, I want to do Jarlaxle in like a French accent, but I'm so bad at these. Well, I'm sure that'll make an endless slog through sub-zero temperatures much more pleasant. Why can't this illusion summon up a warm breeze or a couple of gallons of mulled wine? There are limitations even to the most powerful illusions, even whatever variant these scrolls of Chadwick's have produced. It's taking all my focus to even try to read this Dwarmere. But if you're cold, Jarlaxle, I have a suggestion. We'll find out about that suggestion soon. JJR2404. When is it best to do the first split the party? Ooh. As soon as possible, which I know is not really an answer. Garwar has a guide for that, which I'm gonna drink. And I know that's only half an answer. It may depend on knowing a little bit more about your champions and how far you've gotten. But I think my suggestion is definitely for that kind of question, when is it best to do the first split the party, go check out Garwar's guide, because that's a really comprehensive guide. The scene's shifting again. This looks like Esmeralda's tower. Oh, Minsk. Oh, can I pull out my Jim Zub? Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Minsk does not remember so many winter wolves in Barovia last time, so is guessing these are real. Everyone move. Boo, go for the eyes. I'm so sorry, Jim. I'm so sorry. Amos Guy, question. When doing a patron variant, does it count towards your quest variant counter for unlocking certain quests? I just gained access to Mert, but have been working on unlocking Azaka, and I'm wondering if I'm delaying Azaka by doing Mert quests. So it kind of counts. Basically, the only thing that you can do with patrons is stuff that you've already done without a patron. So you need to have finished an adventure variant before you, in the regular game, before you can go after that adventure variant with a patron. So you're kind of, it's not that you're delaying Azaka, it's just that going through it with the patron variants isn't going to get you to the point that you unlock Azaka. You need to go through the actual campaign and do those adventures, and you're going to need to do them first in the regular game without a patron. Now, it's not that it's not helping. You're still getting stuff that's going to help even without a patron. For example, I won't actually finish it, but you'll see that since I've got Vajra on, I get the symbols of Vajra, but I also get influence and I get divine favor. So I'm getting stuff for doing these adventures, both for the patron variant and for just doing the adventure in Icewind Dale. So it will still help because it will contribute to your influence, or not influence, your divine favor for that specific campaign, which will make it easier for you to do another adventure in that campaign. But if you're working on unlocking Azaka, I would work on the main campaign. I would work on doing those without the patrons. No, not Avernus, Chadwick. I'm so sorry, I don't understand. Not any magic of Chadwick's that's causing this. Dadius, Delana, Ashara, are you having any luck? We've all wasted more spell slots trying to dispel this illusion than I want to count. It's having no effect. This magic is impenetrable. So let's stop wasting time fighting it and just try to move past it. Find the edge of the area of effect. Easy. Except Mirage Archon affects the terrain in a 1 mile square. All right then, a little more dispelling all together now. Ooh, team dispelling. That's an interesting event. I hope you're all enjoying this. Okay. Oh, Amos Guy. That was a very thorough answer. Thank you. I don't know if you are talking to me or someone in chat, but I'm going to say thank you on behalf of whoever answered that. Okay. JDog2773, question. Any chance to make Gar's Monday Idle Chatter an official C&E stream that would lead right into weekly patronage? I don't know. I mean, Garwar can chat with us about that. I like Garwar's Idle Chatter. I enjoy getting rated from Garwar every Monday, but, you know. Camaro85, question. When putting in champions, do you pick the stats based on level 1, or how is that decided? How I pick champions is a mixture of what I need in the formation, who I really like using, and how good their gear level is. Because some champions I really like using, but I just haven't given them a good enough gear level, and so there might be somebody else in that slot that's going to be better at that moment. And usually that's whatever the newest champion is. Like, I really am enjoying using Tatiana, but I haven't had a chance to really gear her up a lot, and I can't show you in her slot, but there's a couple of other champions in that slot who I also enjoy using, who have slightly better gear, and so they're getting a little bit more priority sometimes. But then that just means the next time I open up a time gate, I'm working on Tatiana because I want to be able to use her more. So it's kind of a mixture of those three. Who do I like using? Who's going to be effective in this formation? Who do I want to use? I think I see some shimmering ahead. We might be nearing the edge of the effect. Wishful thinking. This illusion's just shifting again. That's Arkan's forward command post. Indeed, that's a masterful reproduction. I mean, all my Dragonborn sound like that. Pretty sure we're past the point or appreciating how lifelike these illusions are. We're gotta focus on putting down... Wow. Where did this accent go? We got to focus on putting down these homicidal hairs. Come on. Nope. Muffin, how do I get Belushi? Belushi. Blushi. I sometimes say Belushi. It's Blushi. Go to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is one of the later, it's the latest of the campaigns. So if you haven't unlocked the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign yet, you gotta do that. Finish out... I've forgotten the name of the adventure and the adventure variant. But there's an adventure that you have to finish, and then you finish that specific adventure variant, and that's how you unlock Blushi. It'll show you on that screen that you look at just before you pick an adventure or variant, and it says, hey, if you finish this, you'll get this and this and this. Bully for You. Thank you, Mars. Bully for You is the adventure variant. You finish that adventure variant, and you'll unlock Blushi. It's a fun but challenging adventure variant because what happens in that variant is there's a toad or a frog. I can't remember if it's a toad or a frog, but they jump around the formation. And if you put someone in the formation you can't remove them. And if the toad jumps on them, they're automatically removed from the formation and then you can't choose them again. So basically, you're constantly putting new champions into the formation, and you kind of want to plan ahead a little bit. So maybe at first you're not using your strongest champions for the early levels, and then as you get later on in the adventure variant, you can, and you start losing those champions as the toad is jumping around, you can then choose from some of your more useful, popular, well-geared, whatever those champions are, for the later levels, which might be a little more hard. But yes, go to Wild Beyond the Witchlight, go to Bully for You. All right. I don't think we have any more choice. Chadwick, I'm sorry, but we need to destroy these spell scrolls. Willingly, my lady, except that I already have been, and it's not helping. Look! Nothing but shreds of parchment left, but they're still alive with magic. This is unacceptable, Chadwick. We agreed to let you tag along with us to see the world based on the understanding that there are already enough things in the world trying to kill us. They don't need help. Come on, Jarlaxle. You can handle this. Jarlaxle, calm down. This isn't what we need right now. You tell him, Naeli. No, someone's taking responsibility for this. These malfunctioning spell scrolls of yours, where did you get them? Well, from you, sir. Remember? You sold them to me before we left Waterdeep. You said they were a bargain. Something about an estate sale and a cursed treasure trove. You know what? Naeli's absolutely right. There's no time to play the blame game. We're all in this together, right? Yeah. JDog2773 wants to know what you drinking. I actually have a low sugar mango juice. Nice big cup. Oh, geez, we're doing this again. Where's we looking at now? 'Tis all farmsteads as far as the eye can see. The sky looks like an angry bruise, and I can see creatures circling to all sides like they're trying to kill us. So it could be anywhere in Faerun, really. This is exhausting. I don't know. Remember that show that Mark Meer and Christina Ariel did, and where this is what they did? They like voiced the characters, and then they played through an adventure and were voicing the characters, and they were really good at it. They were like top-notch good at it. Improvised Champions. Thank you, Garwar. That was a really fun show, and the two of them are amazing performers and really, really good at not only improv, but like voices and things. This is tiring. I had respect for them before. I have more respect for them now. My drink is, oh yeah, I forgot that there's a drink command. All right, we got a couple minutes left. Let's see how much farther we can get. Those scarecrows don't look native to Icewind Dale, but they're hitting as though they're real enough. The illusion is growing even more potent. It's channeling shadow magic now to create material effects. Everyone be on your guard. Irene UK, yeah, it was a great show. It was hard because when the adventure was going on, there wasn't much else to do, but when they were reading off the dialogue as different characters, it was amazing because they're both amazing performers. Also, the two of them are super duper busy. So we were really lucky to get them on the show together for as long as we did. Look there, the dark skies of these farmlands glow with Ariel's aurora. That's hard to say. We must have marched our way into night. Wait, it's night now. We've clearly traveled more than a mile since the maladapted magic kicked in. Why haven't we passed beyond it yet? I don't like the aura I'm reading off this illusion. It's like it's getting stronger. It's feeding off the magic of the aurora and expanding as it goes. Then all we can do is keep marching. I mean, it's one spell. How long can it last? Mirage Arcane has a duration of 10 days. Right, well, ask a stupid question. Well, there you go. Let's see if I can get a couple more questions. Wonderful questions from the chat answered. SailKnit, since Strix and Evelyn show up in the live Acquisition Inc. shows all the time, will they have the Acquisition Inc. affiliation at some point? I don't know. I know it's always hard, and the team tries to be really careful when you're talking about something like that because there's affiliations going on, and you don't want to break one affiliation for another. You also have to remember that the champions, when they go into this game, it's kind of a spotlight on a specific point in time for them, which is why you have champions like Avrin, who is a warlock sorcerer, who might have shown up in a different game as, say, an artificer. It's why Penelope is listed as a druid warlock, because at the time she had some warlock levels. It's why a lot of things are the way they are in the game, because at the time that champion went into the game, that's who they were affiliated with, and that's what they did. So, I have no idea if they're gonna change out affiliations. That's probably a developer update question. However, I do love that those characters have been showing up in the AC Inc. shows. It's been super fun to see them in those groups. Looks like we're down underground again, where the spells started out. Is this some kind of cycle, I wonder? It's possible, but it's also clear that the magic is tapping into all of our memories to establish this level of realism. This isn't Chadwick's conjuring his impressions of the tales we've told. It's like we're returning to these places once more. The illusion seems to be helping us get ahead of the beasts pursuing us. Sensing themselves in a land they don't know must be daunting to them. Except for those hares that keep catching up with us, which barely seems to notice. And it looks like the hares have gotten an urge to go dungeon delving to boot. Here they come again. That's a... I have to admit, dwarves in my games are usually New Yorkers. If I'm gonna accent up a dwarf in my game, if I'm gonna go with a dwarf, if I'm DMing, they're New Yorkers. Because why aren't they from Brooklyn? It totally makes sense to me. That's where dwarves are from. I'm just going with the cliche for Brunor because he's tutorial dwarf, and that's what I gotta do. Irene UK, always happy to answer your dwarf questions. Farmer6087, question. I've only just started playing. Hey, welcome to the game. This is probably very confusing. And I was wondering, how far can I get without buying stuff from the shop? I can tell you, from experience, you can play everything in the game. You can see all of the content without spending any money. I did that for many, many, many years. I've been a fan of this game since it came out many, many years ago. And there were times in where I did not have $2 to rub together, but I was able to play Idle Champions because if you put in the time and the effort, you can unlock all of the characters, you can go through all of the challenges, you can play through all of the campaigns, you can do all of it without having to spend any money, because that's the fun of the game, right? And then if you decide to spend a little bit of money, you can get some fun things like familiars or skins or some really cool things. But you can see all of the content in this game just by playing. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, you know what? I want to answer a couple more questions from chat. So we're gonna skip through that. Sorry, chat. I'm trying to answer your questions and Bruner's coming up. Oh, it's Tutorial Dwarf, I love you. Jamek Unyielding question. What do you personally do with your time gates once you hit full epic? Hoard them? Get item levels? I will admit I'm bad at opening up time gates. I'm just bad at doing it. I get distracted by whatever thing is happening in the game. I've been better at it, and I can prove it in a weird way. It says I have 79 time gate pieces. These last 2 weeks, I've been hard working, opening up a bunch of time gates. I had over 100 before this began. Because I end up just accidentally hoarding them. So yeah, the first thing I do is try to hit full epic on my champions. And then I'm usually looking to gear up either the lowest geared champion or the newest champion. Like I said about Tatiana, where I really like using her, but because she's a newer champion and her event is over, I haven't had a chance to really get her item levels up. So opening up a time gate and working on getting a couple Tatiana chests is really, really useful because she's a newer champion. Sometimes I'll pick a champion who I need to use for a specific reason and just doesn't have good gear, especially in some of the Strahd patron challenges where I only have a certain number of champions and it's on the lower side. And so maybe I'm having to use champions that I don't use that often, and I want to be able to do this specific thing, and I got to use this champion. And so, hey, I'm going to spend a little bit of time and get them some more gear to make this a little easier. So that's usually what I try to do. I'm bad about opening up those time gates, but I'm trying to get better. And then let's get one more question on in here. Chabster9 asks, who are your top 3 DPS champions? Ooh. Okay. Let's yes, hi. Let's just go down the line here. So DPS, I can't use them in this, but Warden I find is a really good DPS, especially because of the hex that they can do. So I find Warden incredibly useful, and I use Warden a lot when I can. Birdsong is one of my hardcore go-to DPS champions for a bunch of different reasons. I love their speed. They're just well-rounded, and all the Heroes of the Plains are support characters. There are no DPS in the Heroes of the Plains, which is weird because many of them are still deadly, but that's not the point. Birdsong is a DPS champion who works really well with all the Heroes of the Plains and is in a slot that doesn't have a Hero of the Plains, so I really like them. Let's see. I know you asked for 3, but I'm going to give you a few more. Farida is also a solid DPS for me, especially if I've got Havilar and Mehen. Farida ends up being available for a lot of stuff, so really, really top DPS. Also Fire. Fire is fun. Ashara is going to continue to be one of your strongest DPS throughout the entire game. You have to be a little more careful about the formation that you pick because you have to work with Ashara's bonds in order for Ashara to be able to basically buff themselves. But if you put one of those formations together, Ashara is gonna be one of your top DPS for sure. I do like using Prudence. I haven't had too much of a chance to use her. And Dahani. I really like using Dahani, and I have pretty far in her paint. Oh, it's in here. I have to look. I'm on layer 7. Dahani is one of those champions where the more you use her, the more she when she attacks, she paints them, and the more she paints, she gets to be a higher level and does more power. And you're trying to get her to level 10, and she's level 7, and I really like her a lot. I'll do one more, and then we're gonna end for today. Oi, this ain't no place that I had any desire to go back to. We're in the entrance hall to Castle Ravenloft. And the faster we get through it, the faster we put it behind us. Come on. You know what we've also put behind us? This show. Thank you so much to everybody for joining me for this slightly different weekly patronage. Remember, tonight is another episode of A Familiar Quest. It starts at 5 p.m. Pacific, which is in 3 hours from now. So if you don't want to do time zone math, just come back in 3 hours, and there will be a show. And you should, because then you'll see Squiddle, and you'll see Pest, Colonel Pest, and they're fun. Thank you to Mars for being an awesome moderator and doing 3 billion or 7 or 8 polls during the chat, because I was doing something different today. Thank you to everybody in chat for chatting with me and hanging out with me and doing all the fun stuff with me, and I'll see you next encounter.